Severely anxiously attached people can actually be quite difficult people to be in relationships with. They can be overwhelming, overbearing, and create a lot of anxiety within the relationship. This person is constantly exhibiting anxious behaviors, maybe snooping through your phone, accusing you of cheating, and doing various other things that can be quite stressful to the partner. So why is it that it is avoidance that are largely focused on, and why are avoidants the ones that are so frequently demonized throughout the internet? Well, understand, first and foremost, avoidants can heal. They absolutely can. They can work on themselves and become secure, loving, healthy partners. They have to want it, but if they want it, they can absolutely do it. So why are they frequently demonized? Well, that's because it is the avoidant that generally is the one that ends a relationship. It is the avoidant that doesn't communicate. And it's also the avoidant that avoids self-reflection more than any other attachment style. Avoidants learned at a young age to avoid their problems, to suppress their emotions, to run from problems rather than face them. And they carry a deep fear of emotional intimacy that stems from a fear of abandonment, rejection, and engulfment. So an avoidant is notorious for love bombing a partner, creating a relationship where everything seems wonderful and then pulling the rug without warning. This kind of blindsiding behavior is a very, very painful thing to experience. And anxiously attached people simply don't do that. And securely attached people don't do that either. Now, anxiously attached people can be difficult to be in a relationship with. However, this person is not very likely to blindside you and pull the rug from under your feet. You're not going to have this wonderful relationship that suddenly ends out of nowhere with an anxious attacher. With an avoidant, that can absolutely happen. Now, severely anxious people can also struggle with self-reflection, but it's not as hard for them as it is for somebody who is avoidant. Avoidants avoid self-reflection because self-reflection requires facing your fears, facing your feelings, taking accountability, seeing where you've gone right and seeing where you've gone wrong. Those are all painful things for the avoidant to do, so they avoid it. And because they avoid self-reflection, change is much harder for somebody who is severely avoidant than it is for an anxious person. It's not impossible, but it's very hard for them to do because that self-reflection is something that they avoid so passionately. Also, avoidants are notorious and prone to doing behavior that is self-destructive for the relationship, for the purposes of destroying and sabotaging emotional intimacy. These behaviors can be stonewalling, gaslighting, cheating, discarding, ghosting. These kind of behaviors are really found largely in the avoidant camp. Yes, an anxious person can do toxic behaviors like cheat, but it is the avoidant that is more prone to it, and the reason being is that the avoidant fears emotional intimacy, so they will do these behaviors as a way to create emotional distance between themselves and their partner. So these kind of behaviors are very difficult to be on the receiving end of. This is why avoidants are largely the ones talked about, because they are generally the ones that take good relationships and blow them up out of nowhere. So avoidants shouldn't be demonized. They're people that have inner attachment wounds. They're people that have inner traumas that are unhealed. And it's okay to have empathy for them, but that doesn't mean that you have to tolerate the behavior or condone the behavior, because selfish behavior in a relationship, which is what the avoidant does, should never be celebrated. It should never be condoned. But that doesn't mean we can't have empathy for the person either and wish the best for them and hope that they have a success in a healing journey.